Okay, so today we are going to be making a cute little paper owl. So the first step that I want you guys to do is cut out all of your shapes. So we need to cut out a triangle first. So you're going to cut kind of diagonally into a piece, one of your pieces of paper. You got a lot of pieces of paper with your thing. So we just made our little beak. So we're gonna set that aside for later. Then we are going to make our eyes, and I want my eyes to be green. So I'm gonna fold the paper in half, just like this. And then I'm going to cut on the folded edge. Make sure you're cutting on the folded edge. Actually, you can cut on either edge, to be honest. And you are going to do a big circle, just like this. The bigger the better. You want those eyes to be nice and big. So that's perfect. And then if you cut on the folded edge, when you unfold it, just make sure that you cut it apart, you know, so that there's two of them. So then those are going to be the eyes, and we're going to set those aside for later. And then last, you want to cut the feet. So you're going to fold another piece of paper in half, and then you can cut on the separated edge or the folded edge. I feel like the folded edge is better just to make sure that they're completely the same. So you're going to cut 3 little things, and you can totally draw this out beforehand. I feel like that's a really good idea if you don't know exactly the shape that you want your feet to be, just so that you can make sure that they're nice and pretty. And so I'm going to show you guys with this. So when I mean that when you unfold this, you see how there's 2 feet here? We're going to cut down right down the center, just to make sure that you have 2 different feet, just like that. So then we're going to set all of those aside, and we're going to start with the base of our owl. First, fold in both edges, and you want to make sure that they're even, just like these little wings. So we're going to fold in this side into the middle, so we want them touching the middle, right? And you can even fold it in half first to find where the middle is. So you see this little crease that I just made? I want you to fold one side in, if it's going to fold, to the middle, and then crease that really good, just like that. You can use your fingernail if you need to. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Fold it in. Make sure they don't overlap. You want 2 separate wings, just like this. Okay? And pull it like this. And make sure you crease it really nicely so that it gets the nice straight edges, just like that. Then, last, you're going to take the top, and you're going to fold it down, just like this, okay? And that's going to be the head of the owl. And once you have gotten this point, if it stays, that's fantastic. If it doesn't stay, you're more than welcome to glue it down or staple it. So that is, you know, so that you can make sure that it stays all the way down. I've found that this kind of stays on its own. But if you guys want to make sure that you can double check, you can do just a couple tiny little dots of glue on there and hold it for like 5 minutes. And then you can take it off and it should stay. So then once you're done with this part, we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to make a little loop just like this. And then we're going to twist it a couple times. So we want to twist just a couple times so that it looks like this and it doesn't come apart. That loop doesn't. And then we are going to take this loop and we're going to put it on the back just like this so that it creates a little loop so that we can hang our little owl. So you can glue this down as well. To save time for this video, I'm going to staple it just so that we can, you know, move on to the next step so you guys aren't waiting. So I'm just going to staple it really fast. Okay, so then once you've got your little loop stapled on there, now it's time to glue down everything else. So I am going to take my eyes, and you see how these have black dots in the middle? I glued those on, but we are going to go ahead and color them on today with a marker. You can choose whatever color you want. I'm going to choose black for the inside of these. So we are going to color the inside little black circles and make sure that it's kind of, you know, you can make it as fun as you want. I know that you guys have been doing a lot of art projects where you make little bubbles on the inside, so you can do that if you want to do that. Just to, like, you know, make it look a little bit cuter. I'm going to fill both of these in because it would look funny if bubbles were in one and not the other. So, yeah, so then we're going to take our eyes and we're going to glue them down right here. So we're going to take a little bit of a dab of glue, nothing too crazy. And we're going to put it on here, just like that, on both. And I'm going to put a couple around the edges too, just to make sure that it's nice and secure. Just because I know that glue takes a little bit long to dry. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we put just a little bit on there so that it can dry quickly. And we're going to set them down right here onto our little owl, just like that. And we're going to hold them in place and let them dry for a second. But since it's on kind of a flat surface, I think that they will be pretty good to dry on their own. So then we are going to take, while that's still wet before it dries, we're going to take our beak. And you can put the beak on beforehand. I feel like that's probably a better idea. But I forgot to put my beak on beforehand, so I'm just going to tuck it right in here. And that the eyes will hold it in place while it dries, which is a really good positive thing. So now we've got our eyes and our beak, and it looks just like that. So I want you guys to let this dry, and then we'll go ahead and put the feet on the back. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of a dab of glue on each of these feet, and we're going to glue them to the back so that they just peek out the bottom of the front. So we're going to kind of put those on the very edge right there so that this part comes off the end. And then we're going to do the same for the other side, just a little bit of a dab of glue, nothing too crazy. And we are going to put the other one right there on the edge and secure it in place. So then when you flip it over, the little feet peek out the bottom. That is so cute. And there's our owl. You are more than welcome to decorate it how you want. We put some wings on this one, so I'm going to put some little feathers on this one. And you guys can decorate it however you want. You can color it, do whatever you want, but there's our finished product.